भवताप प्रणाशिन्यै आनंद घनमूर्तये ज्ञान भक्ति प्रदायिन्यै मातस्तुभ्यं नमो नमः मातस्तुभ्यं नमो नमः। श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय। So today we were speaking about first, like yesterday we finished the satsang. We were speaking about Siddheshwari Kali. So in Siddheshwari Kali and Didi, Gurupriya Didi also. So when she was with Ma in Siddheshwari Kali, she was like almost, she forgot to go to home. Almost like whole day she was there, rarely going home. Same was her father, Anandamayi. He was also just like, so her brother, he was in Calcutta studying those days. So when he got to know that this is happening, so he got very upset and kind of angry that what is happening to my home? My father, my sister, they are all going behind some saint, some lady saint, and what's happening? So he came to literally like kind of speak like why you are doing this or who is this lady and all that. So when he came, that very day Ma also came to their home. Ma was knowing that this boy is coming. And so he did not dare to come to speak to her. So he was just sitting in other room and Ma was in this other room, and she was speaking to Swami Akhandananji, his father, and Gurupriya Didi. And then his father called him, come and see Ma. So when he came, and when he saw Ma, he completely forgot everything. Why he came, what was the reason, he was angry. He just felt the bliss. It was completely like, there was no like any thought of agitation or anger, nothing. And then his whole life was changed. So I was telling, I have seen the same thing when I was in London, and there we were singing in one of the temple in London, and the priest of that temple came, and he spoke exact same thing. He said when he was in India, he was a reporter and completely like having no faith in the religion, nothing in God, and he was against all the saints and everything, very negative attitude. So he said, okay, I am going to like kind of trap Ma, and made a questionnaire like I am going to ask these questions, I will trap her and this and that. He made a plan, and with that he went to Ma. This priest in London telling his story, his life when he was in India. So he said, then when I went to Ma, I completely forgot. I just saw her. I did pranam and I just saw her, and then I was just there. For 1 hour I was just sitting and I was trying to think why I have come. I tried my best, but nothing came out. And just I was feeling bliss. What is the source from where it is coming? I was just feeling happy, joyful. Why? I don't know. But I feel like it's so good here. But why I came here? What was the reason? Nothing. Like this boy. He just completely could not think. So when he went out after 1 hour, she gave him some prasad. And when he went out and he was wearing his shoes, he was still thinking, why I have come? What was the reason? So Ma came herself. She came out with a disciple, and she sent this disciple to this boy, said, go and ask if he still has some questions to ask. So he quickly was wearing his shoes. I don't want to ask anything. And he went back. He said, my life changed. He said, I looked at her, and I completely, when I went back home, then everything I remembered what I was going to do and what was my thinking, all the questions, and just looking at her, nothing. Absolute, just zero. So that was Ma's. And those days, like we were speaking in Siddheshwari Kali, she was there and becoming very famous as Kali. Kali in the form of human. Manush Kali, people started saying. So they started requesting her that, Ma, please you do the puja. She said, no. You know, this body is in this samadhi bhav, hardly able to do any household work. How is going to do? She cannot do the puja. So she told Bholanath ji not to ask, because she knew if Bholanath asks, she cannot say no to husband. So she said, already told him, don't ask this body to do the puja. So Bholanath ji said, okay. So then, after a few days, devotees again came, because this puja is done on Diwali night, Deepavali. So they came and they, like 2 days before, they requested, urged really, that please Bholanath ji, ask. He said, I cannot. She asked me not to ask, so I cannot do that. So they were very sad and they went back. So Ma was not near, she was somewhere far, and she came to Bholanath later and she said, was this person who came here today? He said, yes. What was he asking? They were asking to do puja. She said, okay, why you don't do? Please, you do it. So Bholanath ji thought, okay, Ma's wish is that puja should happen. So he called the devotees, okay, Ma is willing. So then they were so happy. They gathered, and then it was like 11 in the night. So where to find the statue now? Because the Kali statue they have to buy. And it was night. So then what size it should be? So they asked Bholanath. So Bholanath, just few days back, Ma and Bholanath were going to Gurpriya Didi's home for lunch. And suddenly, Ma's hands were like raised up. So Bholanath noticed that time. Again, when she was eating at Gurpriya Didi's home, she again raised her hands like this. Later she told that the Kali statue was 18 hands above and she was willing to jump on her lap. So she was just trying to come like that. So Bholanath didn't know anything. But we can see like how mature he was also, how connected, in tune with Ma he was, that he understood without Ma telling that Ma's hands were going. So he just made, because Ma was in Samadhi again, so they make Ma sit, because she was not in the body consciousness, beyond body. So they make her sit and then they measured Ma's arm. So Bholanath said, as much is the arm size, that much should be the statue size. See how much in tune he was. So all of them went like 11:15, 11:13 the night they went to search the statue. And there was an artist who made 12 statues. 11 of them were sold. They were on order. Only this one he made just inner intuition. And it was exact size. The size which Ma's hand was. And then even the color, later Ma said, she saw the statue like greenish blue. It was not black. Blue and green color mix. Something like that color. So then they were also happy that they got the right size statue. And then next day, they made Ma take bath. So she was still in the bhav samadhi. And then she came and she started, like, the hall was full, because people were knowing this is the first occasion when Kali is going to do Kali's puja. So it's not something small occasion, it was big occasion. So many people, it was full of people there. And the kirtan was happening in the next room also, it was full pack. And then Ma started doing the puja, and this time she started doing the puja with the left hand. So it is, Kali's puja is very different. So she started doing, as soon as she did little bit, she had the bhav. And then she quickly sat next to the statue and her voice changed and told Bholanath, you do the puja. And then Bholanath, she said to everybody there, close your eyes. No one should keep their eyes open. So everybody closed their eyes. A woman who was far outside, she was looking still. Ma was just like this, and she said, this woman who is standing out, close your eyes. So she also closed the eyes. And it is said like the whole room was full of light. Bholana started doing puja, Ma's tongue was out, just like Kali statue. Her color was just like the Kali. And it was most powerful puja you can imagine. And then when the puja finished, all people saw how Ma was fully covered with the lotus flowers and the bilvapatra, all this offerings Bholana did to Ma. And then one man was unconscious lying there. So they sprinkled some water on him and they asked, what happened? He said, I tried to look. And as soon as I looked at Ma, it was so much light. I could not see. I could not bear that light. And he fell unconscious. One cannot bear that power. If you are not that able, if the capacity is not there, you cannot. That's why Ma said to close the eyes. So then the statue was really amazing how it came. And then the fire ceremony they started doing. Because after every puja there should be some fire ceremony, as it is happening here. So when they were doing fire ceremony, Ma said to keep the fire, because this fire is very special. So they kept the fire. And till now, in many of the ashrams, we have this fire. So Babaji was requesting us that in our ashram also we should have this fire. So the bell rang, maybe it will come. Let's see. So what happened? It's very auspicious sign. So when the fire was kept, Akhandanandji, Gurupriya Didi's father, he was taking care, because it is a big duty to take care of the fire. Many times it vanished. The moment it was vanished, the fire came to Ma, and Ma would speak like, fire has come. Whosoever was near Ma would note that Ma is speaking. And that very moment the fire there where it was not there. The fire was coming and Ma would keep the fire in her cloth. You cannot imagine now the cloth and the fire. She was keeping like that. And then she will let the fire again with that. So she told them what's the process of that. So this is all beyond our mind. And then it happened this Mahayagya, because she was asked, why you want to keep this fire? She said, I will do a big Mahayagya with it. In 1947, when India got the freedom, in January, the great Mahayagya started, Savitri Mahayagya. We are going to speak about this amazing yagya. But the fire was this very fire in 1926. This fire was brought to Varanasi, where the ceremony had happened. There also, the priest said, no, this is not the Vedic way. The scripture says when the fire ceremony has to happen, it has to happen with the sticks, Arni Manthan. They rub the sticks. When the sticks are rubbed, then the spark comes, they put the grass, and then with that they do the fire ceremony. He said, no, we are not going to do with this fire. But this was Ma's khayal, Ma's divine thought in 1926. So Ma said, okay, this body never goes against the scriptures, as you say. So they brought the 2 sticks, but they were little wet. So they put the sticks in the night with the fire, little bit near, so the sticks get dry. But somehow in the night the sticks got burned. So the priest came in the morning to Ma that, now what to do? Ma said, the fire is there, use that fire. This body has the khayal. Huh? So they had to use that fire, and the ceremony, the 1 crore offerings of the Gayatri mantra happened in Varanasi. It's big. I will speak later about that ceremony. Then the statue itself, it was shifted 5 times, this Kali statue, because that was also Ma's divine khayal. From that it has came. So first time it was in Shahabad. So she, in the morning she said to people, like, quickly shift the statue from that room. Nobody understood why, but they all knew that when Ma is saying there must be some reason. So they shifted the statue to other room. In the evening there was a lot of storm and the door fall down on the very spot where the statue was. So Ma knew that. So she already shifted the statue, so the statue was fine. Like this 4 times she shifted. 5th time, it was in Ramana ashram, where we were speaking yesterday about this ashram. It was very small, like Ma's ashram was like one very grass thatched roof and a tin roof just for the statue, nothing more than that. So Ma was that time somewhere far in Calcutta, and in this Ramana ashram, a thief entered. And the thief was stealing the jewelry from Ma's hand, gold jewelry. And here in Calcutta, Ma started breaking her hands. So Didi was sitting, she tried to stop Ma, but she was doing so hard. Like they could not understand why Ma is breaking her own hands. So later they got to know that the thief came and he broke the Kali's hand and stole the ornaments. So she was literally doing that. She was so one with that. So for her there is no thief, for everything is one. So she herself was doing that. So then later they put the statue in the cave in the Ramana ashram, and further we'll speak amazing incidences from this. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.